good chunk of change, you know.
Yeah.
Very quickly will pay for itself and give you a little bit of XP.
It looks like it's going to be 2 bounty runes apiece as MSS spots YamSun.
Ooh.
They got the block off if they want it.
I think they're looking for an early first blood. Jubei's saying, I think Jubei recognizes what I was kind of talking about is this level 1, level 2 is so important for Timbersaw's game, and ET can bully a Timber, so Jubei's going to start up top to try and help this lane do well, hoping that ET overextends with the Astral Spirit and you can get a Fortune's End into arrow combo. But he gets immediately scouted.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen now, most likely. Although,
I think he used his purge too early. He's going to get the plus damage.
Arrow. Yeah, and he gets the... I mean, they were trying to set up for the arrow, but now he gets all that armor as well. And LOA just backs away, and he's going to be fine now.
Yeah, still good damage. He's only playing with a couple of Tangos because he started with boots, so this is still really good for Black and Yellow. I like what we're seeing to give Timbersaw a good game. Timbersaw is very level dependent, but that level 1 and level 2 is such a weak point of this hero. And now they've got both LOA and YawaR down to like 25% health to start the lanes.
That's good. Really nice stuff there. They do see a courier heading over, and this could be a pretty easy snipe here if they want to get with the Earthshaker. But good micro, going to send it back, recognizing that they would have vision, and Black and Yellow will at least not be able to lose their courier right out of the get-go.
Yep. Flea going to arrow a big neutral, get an early level 2 for him, giving 0 solo XP. You want to get Timbersaw at level 3 as soon as possible in this lane. And yeah, I think they've done a perfect job ensuring that Timbersaw does not lose the lane in the first couple of minutes. So I like how things have started for Black and Yellow. They basically, you know, navigated that dangerous part of the laning stage very well. I'll say that Zero's getting low, yeah.
And they're bringing in LOA, actually gets the stun instead on a Fleet, and YawaR getting up in his face. This is dangerous. He's got another Whirling Death. Zero backs out. And that should be enough, as both will probably try and salve back up afterwards. Flea goes in, breaks that salve, and now another stomp. Hey, they caught him. He might be in some trouble now. Tries to turn, but first blood drawn by YawaR. And all that good work to try and set him up for a good lane ends up being for naught, as the dagger goes out, slows down Flea.
And Quincy just recognizing level 2 is when they have the best chance to deal with this Timbersaw. You got to get him before he hits that level 3. And unfortunately for Zero, his magic stick arrived on the courier, but it went to his backpack. So there were like 6 or 7 spells used that didn't give him magic stick charges. So just a slight bit of courier usage, kind of hurting Zero a bit there.
Wow, but they punish it hard for sure, and now, you know, off to a pretty decent start, I think. I
think it's still okay for Timber's game. He's going to get this creep wave at his tower. He's going to get level 3 off of this, and he's getting all the last hits. So with level 3, this is going to be a pretty straightforward lane for him, I feel.
And YawaR actually has to run all the way back home right now. Didn't end up buying out a ton of regen. And so they're going to be gone for a second. Mid lane, we haven't really taken a look at it so far. Yep. Looking relatively even, with this time Ryoya coming out a bit ahead. Has a couple more denies on the board over Quinn. So not bad there.
I imagine he's happier to have a more 50-50 matchup as... Ooh. Kills down bottom. Oracle going down to the Nature's Prophet plus Shaker. But yeah, as far as mid lane goes, much more even matchup here. We'll see both mid laners get an early bottle. Rune control going to be key, as we'll probably see both teams sending supports to try and help control those runes.
Yeah, so important in these instances here. And there is already going to be an MSS rotating up towards the bottom side, and we'll see if they get a good spawn up top. Nope, it's going to be down bottom, where there'll be an invis for MSS.
Yeah, that's good for Black and Yellow. The Quincy basically guaranteed they get the rune, but basically you just don't want Quinn to refill his bottle. Yeah. He could be in some trouble mid, taking a lot of damage here.
Did have Flame Guard already taken off and already going to be killed. Ryoya gets the combo together with Jubei, and they find the punish. Not bad at all.
Yep. Really well played. Nice timing, knowing he didn't have the bottle charges, just a fairy fire.
Oh, bottom?
Bottom, yeah.
YamSun. Gotta try and run. MSS has another punch here in a second, as well as the rotation coming from Leslau. They got him fully encapsulated in pain, and MSS the one that closes out.
Yeah, that's the downside of that mid rotation from Jubei is you expose your Medusa. So the second they realize Jubei's mid, they get up on Medusa's face with the Treants taking tower shots. Very safe move from Quincy crew and a great punish.
5-minute mark comes around. Flea able to get one of those bounty runes. Looks like it's going to be a trade-off of 2 apiece, most likely. Leslow doesn't really want to try and TP out.
I'll probably try and leave this bounty rune for the Void Spirit. Yep, Flea doesn't pick it up. Much like I imagine Quinn. Actually, he doesn't need the bounty rune because he's got full health, full mana, and full bottle, so.
A bauble from the void.
Could save it for later. Why not?
Yep. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Any stacks? Doesn't look like there's any stacking going on really for the Medusa at all. So YamSun's going to kind of just need to sort of make it up in the old-fashioned way in the jungle later on.
Yeah. Probably see those stacks happen a little bit later. Right now, Mirana's just been farming the neutral camps, not looking to actually stack them. And we'll probably see Medusa happy just to do her own stacking, if anything. Bottom lane, some aggression there. Yeah.
Oh, what a great block off there with the Sprout. Tries to get away, LOA, makes the move. Stomp comes out afterwards, hits onto both of them. MSS, oh wait, they broke it. Is able to get out of there. YamSun getting chased down though by LOA. Look at these punches. Dude, Elder Titan's still a good hero. Gotta watch out.
Yeah. But the counter pressure is going to be on the PA, who needs to find a way to TP out. Flea has an arrow, so he's maybe just going to try juke his way through the river. He wants to chase this one since the Timbersaw not going to chase with him.
No.
Zero wants to start taking and pressuring towers. This is his job. This game is to basically be as annoying as possible to create room for Medusa to farm. But that's going to take some time because right now it looks like Zero not able to get the tower just yet.
Now bring it in with the ET, trying to pull those creeps back. Taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah.
Another Tinder chain. He might just be dead. Chased down, done.
He helped get the. I mean, the tower's hitting the creep, but yeah, the siege is still alive. So Zero's just going to tank this creep wave, get his reactive up, and this top tier 1 tower, I believe, is going to die here.
A rare miss there for Quincy crew, as they are going to not be able to hit. Although actually they leave the catapult to get taken down. That was a little bit weird.
I don't know what happened there. Flea pulled the side wave, I guess.
Okay, they're gonna farm this instead, so that's the decision. Then they can get the tower later. Regardless, Ryoya goes down bottom, kills off the PA. A lot of good things happening in the last couple of minutes for black and yellow. In the midst of like this sort of weird chaos that's going on, they're making a lot happen. And even mid now, a little bit of the counter punch coming as they rotate, try to take down YamSun. They're gonna get him.
In some ways, yeah, black and yellow kind of winning the lanes. The problem is the one lane that's not doing, they're winning 2 of the 3 lanes. The one lane not doing well is Medusa. And that's just, you know, it's a hero you're going to chuck in the jungle just to farm and catch up, but it does kind of concern you a little bit because you're kind of, the way you win this game is off of the farm Medusa.
Right. And they need to alleviate that pressure at some point and actually let her be able to like retreat back to the jungle for sure.
But Zero's in a really good spot with his Timbersaw. Finally takes that tier 1 top tower. I'd like to see him go do basically the same thing in another lane. I think you give this top jungle and lane maybe to the Medusa and send Timbersaw mid lane to just play behind the tower even. They just don't have the magic damage to really bring down a Timbersaw right now. So I think Timbersaw ideally just rotates off this top lane once you push it out a bit more.
Yeah, it's always a bit weird when you start dealing with like ET and the magic resistant stuff, but as you said, for right now, they don't even have points in natural order, so it's not a concern at this stage.
Yeah, the magic damage is like the Quinn Ember, who doesn't have any points in Searing Chains yet.
Right.
Nature's Prophet ultimate, nothing you're really concerned about. There's no blink on Shaker for a little bit. But at the same time, he could stay top and pressure the tier 2. It's just, it's very slow going. Tier 2 towers with, you know, 700 more health than the tier 1s. Very hard to bring those down.
Right, and the sort of like marginal value is, I think, much higher when you can shut off part of the jungle by taking that tier 1 mid.
Quinn's hunting this Medusa. They have the high ground ward.
My god, this guy's crazy. He just comes in and punches him, forces a reaction, and then can back out. That's awesome.
Yeah, just, I mean, forcing a TP in itself is already, you know, we've had AUI talk about on the cast how TPs are kind of like your early game ultimates. You put it on cooldown and that in itself can be a big win, so Quinn has to be careful here though.
Tries to chase, not able to hit that remnant. This is the problem. No reliable lockdown for Quinn. He has a completely free start to this game, although they're queuing it up. Fortune's End goes over. Good dodge by Quinn, and now they can just look at him. That's it. That's all they got. Misses on the Remnant. He's just doing twinkle toes around him. With MSS moving in now, look at, they're gonna go kill Jubei. Oh my God, Quinn. I mean, you gotta pick lockdown when you see this Ember.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he wasn't even trying to get a kill there. He was just sleight of fist spamming, and you know, over time, eventually those supports die to that.
It's true.
Quinn unable to stop Ryoya getting the rune.
Ooh,
gets arrowed.
Well played by Flea. Hits it up, but the Flame Guard turnaround. Even when it's good, it's not good enough.
Just phase boots plus Blight Zone. Sleight of Fist with the bonus damage was just shredding these backline supports.
Dude, this is going to be a scary game to be an Oracle. I don't know how he does this.
But yeah, this game in a very even place right now. Both Medusa and PA have been pressured heavily in the lane, so both carries are playing from behind, trying to get their farming. Well, PA trying to get a farming item up, Medusa just trying to get some levels so you can split shot farm. And it really is both teams with playmaking mids who are having a good game as well as playmaking offlaners. So much better place for Black and Yellow to be in.
Yeah, this is somewhat impressive here. Particularly against a team that we've seen just completely owned at times. But you can see again, one of the problems is just how freely Quinn feels like he can play in this game. Remnant jumps away. He's gonna get hit by that, but is there any follow-up? Arrow goes out.
Dodge. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Good recognition by Quinn. You know, he used a sleight of fist. Jubei was going to set up an arrow, so he just leapt away. But Quinn is, like you kind of alluded to earlier, just going to have the freest game because of the lack of control. He may have died twice already this game, but that was very much like laning stage problems.
Right.
Right now, he's just waiting for, I believe, Nature's Prophet to finish this Orchid. Then he's going to have a partner to play with. Because Quinn, you can see already, he just wants to play up in their face, play aggressive, create space. He knows this PA. YawaR's going to carry him if he gets farmed. So he's just looking for teammates to play with. And right now, he doesn't have any.
Speaking of playing together as a teammate, though, they're trying to hunt Leslau in the jungle with the Timbersaw nearby. This would be a pretty nice pickup here. But a lot of creeps around to soak up that arrow. And looking for the angle, tries to find it. More creeps in the way. Arrow goes out, juke to the side. Slough tries to live, tries to get out, won't happen.
Good moves. It's going to give your Medusa a bit of breathing room. So I think the game for Quincy Crew really starts around the 15-minute mark with the Orchid and the Blink Dagger on Shaker. For Black and Yellow, the game's, you know, it's still very much a let's just run around as 4 heroes while Medusa farms kind of thing, so it's not going to necessarily change anytime soon.
Right, yeah, it changes when Medusa has, like...
Here's the Yules reveal.
Big one. They can kill him, and... Oh, almost got away from that one, but it did not happen. Ryoya finishes off the final kill onto Quinn, and that changes, like you said, the state of the game a little bit.
Yeah. Double Astral set for the damage. Ryoya just comes out with a Yules that completely catches Quinn by surprise. I love the move. The second he gets the Yules, he's like, okay, I'm done farming. That's it. That's the only item I need to hard farm this game. From here on out, we're going to see Ryoya play, I hope, on the dire side of the map in the top and the mid lane.
Yeah. Well, a quick little move in towards mid as he is playing, per your suggestions, right in the mid, pressuring it out as top.
Yeah, he has a Yules. He can't just TP away, but doesn't look like Zero wants to mess around with Quinn's TP, but just forcing the TP again. These TPs being forced is a win in itself often.
Police still scouting, seeing if they could find an opening here. This would be really big, and they're looking for him yet again. Arrow follow-up afterwards. Long duration stun. He is done. Another kill here onto Quinn. As soon as this Yules has shown up, 2 quick kills.
Yeah. I think this is the Black and Yellow we were kind of like hoping for and hyping up before the NADPC kind of began. They're playing really good Dota. All their rotations make a lot of sense. Their drafting was really good. I think that's a big part of why Jenkins out of the draft was like, you know, their draft makes a lot of sense.
Yules gets off in time. They weren't able to get the chain stun off. Ryoya gets away from the blink reveal.
Wow.
Quincy Crew not able to make it work, and right now Black and Yellow looking pretty freaking good in this game number 2, up 4,000 gold.
Yeah, I think it's going to keep increasing if they can just... Their Medusa's not going to get pressured. We're just going to see Medusa continue to hit stacked up jungle camps, while their other 4 heroes are going to keep on making these rotations. Man, I like that they're playing around Timber too. Timber, this was the pick that gave them the draft advantage. There was just no answer to the Timbersaw and Quincy Crew.
That's right. Arrow goes out. They find YawaR again. Easy setup, easy kill. Making all the plays that they need to. Now setting up wards deep in the jungle. They're playing how Quincy was playing against them last game. Every time they leave the map, they're getting picked off here.
They're just a step ahead. Like Lelis hasn't been able to get involved because this Orchid got delayed, whereas Timbersaw hasn't been item dependent. The Void Spirit did farm a little bit to complete the Yules, but since getting the Yules, it's just been constantly trying to make plays happen, and is going to find Quinn again.
Inform. Arrow comes out afterwards, not able to block that one. MSS tries to keep him alive. Quinn down super low. He will also fall. They save Ryoya. Didn't even really need to necessarily, but now they got Leslouches down. He's also going to drop. 3 go down for the price of the Oracle. Take that one every day of the week.
They want YawaR.
They decide to turn on to the big bad carry himself. 4 dead. Black and yellow. What a comeback.
Yeah. Considering how badly they got beat down in game 1, they did not bother them at all. They just straight up first picked this Flea Mirana, one of his iconic heroes, and you know, the whole team is playing well here. And so we're going to see Quincy crew in a really tough spot. Their PA is being heavily pressured, and they got to realize, like, they know this Medusa on the other side is just free farming and going to out carry a PA if you're an item ahead, which is exactly what's happening. You can already see the item build for YamSun. Butterfly into MKB. PA doesn't want to build MKB herself, and then you're going to have the answer for the PA evasion.
Really, really solid stuff. And, well, a smoke up by MSS. He has Blink Echo in another 8 seconds. It looks like they want to make a move again, but like we said, we're getting into this next tier of items that might sort of, you know, make it too tough to take the fight. Ryoya walks in, just sitting on that remnant for a moment. Arrow won't connect onto anybody. 8,000 gold lead at the 16-minute mark.
Yep. I don't think it's just so hard for Quincy to make plays because both Timber and Medusa are kind of at this unkillable stage of their game where there just isn't enough damage to gank either of these heroes. And
you see this, they smoked to go up top to try and kill the Medusa. Medusa TPs from right here back to her triangle. Like, YamSun's doing a perfect job of anticipating when the gank's gonna come and then getting out of there.
Some really good map sense. And also I think you want to TP to hit the stack timing, but you know,
hey,
another setup.
Whatever works, it works.
Exactly.
They take down LOA.
You know, it's like a bit of column A, bit of column B.
Right.
And he knew something was coming his way and also knew he had some jungle creeps to go farm. Medusa is just level 13, getting out of control at this point. Isn't even top 2 net worth, but that's his teammate, so YamSun more than happy. What you have to look at is his net worth compared to the PA's, where there is a 2,700 gold difference.
Yeah, that's a problem. Not insurmountable, but it's a bit of an issue. They're going right now onto Quinn. Arrow goes out. They've got MSS behind, but can't solve the problem. The setup is too good.
Absolutely, and yeah, Quinn going, I think he had such a good start on the Ember Spirit that he went for this kind of greedier right-click build, not going for any kind of defensive like the Yule Scepter. And the roots are causing a lot of problems. There's no real easy escape for the Void Spirit, who is looking like a really good counter to Quinn this game.
Absolutely. Well, 10,000 gold lead. And again, I can't help but notice like how much it was just getting that Yules that changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah.
Like, it all started from that point, and it's gone completely downhill in the last, basically, just 5 minutes. That's all it's been.
Been very impressed with Ryoya. He has been the one who said, you know, give me a second to come online, and then I will do everything we need to just give our Medusa all the space in the world. And they're going to get a tier 2 tower. We talked about these tier 2 towers before 20 minutes, allowing you to take outposts. This time it's black and yellow's turn to do that to Quincy. Tier 2 mid going to go down, and if they can invade the map, they're going to get that outpost.
And look, YamSun is like so aware of what's going on. 4 heroes around him, hiding off in the trees.
Yeah.
And knows that there could be a gank coming.
Yeah, if they can definitely fight here if his teammates come, but he doesn't want to get caught by himself. Yeah, they're going to preemptively TP Oracle, so he can go farm now with the Oracle sitting behind him.
Well, and moving in with Zero, trying to push everybody else out of here by Quincy crew. They did take that outpost.
And this early Lotus, now they have a way to answer the Searing Chains. Right. Plus the Orchid, so a very impactful item.
Move in, blink away, gonna stomp. TP's out. Oh, he was facing the wrong way, and YawaR.
Yeah.
He gets his TP.
I don't know if they realize though.
Oh,
YawaR's just gonna hide in the trees.
Radiant's top tower.
He doesn't even have blur anymore. Oh my god. Do the creep.
It's like,
Oh, there's nothing.
he's sneaking by.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's no Radiant Observer wards around here. The courier almost scouted him there.
Jeez. Meanwhile, mid lane.
Back at mid, yeah.
Action going on. They managed to just barely get out of there with less Lau. All right, this is going to transition into YawaR being able to farm some creep, so this is still good. But doesn't have a TP at all, actually.
Yeah, not sure what his escape's going to be. Zero gets a catch of his own with the help of the Mirana. And double outpost was claimed. They see YawaR here. He's going to go in on Jubei, force an ultimate.
Now he's got to run. Got to get out of here.
I think he just knows he's dead, so he's going to try and bring Jubei with him.
Yeah, and doesn't manage to get the kill. Wow.
This game's looking pretty difficult to win for Quincy crew. They are massively behind. And black and yellow, all they got to do is, wait for this Medusa to maybe get 1 or 2 more items, grab an Aegis, and then, you know, this game plays itself out.
That's right. Yeah, Quincy crew, as of yet, the only team in North America as they will find a kill on the fleet that have not dropped a game against anybody, not just a series. But it could happen here as black and yellow. They're looking for redemption. You know, this is really do or die for them in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. This best of 3 for black and yellow is actually insanely important because they lost to A-Team. They have to find a win somewhere or they're going to get eliminated. So you wouldn't expect them to get a win against Quincy, but if they can, that could save them from elimination from the upper division.
Right. Wow. Any win is obviously amazing, and being able to pull out one here would be huge. They're up. They're dominating the triangle. They're forcing Quincy crew back into their base. They're going to go for a 4-man smoke here. We'll see what this can turn into.
And they're playing things nice and patiently.
The scan. It hits right on them. They know.
I don't think, Quincy's going to get a whole lot of this. Perhaps worrying about an early Roshan, but the real test is going to perhaps come when, you know, black and yellow do manage to follow the steps, get Medusa another item or 2, grab an Aegis. Is how well can Quincy hold high ground? Because Shaker plus ET is, you know, 2 of the best high grounding defending heroes in the game. Right.
We've seen what this Aghanim shard can do on Shaker when left to his own devices. And Quinn going to back out again. Yeah, this is going to be a very telling game, I think, for both teams. If you're black and yellow and you can close this out cleanly, win the game, then, you know, this is a lot of good things going to come forward in the future with you. Likewise, if Quincy crew can somehow manage to claw their way back in to this one, it would be really important as well. But it's now a scan onto Roche. They know that this is happening. It's a DD on YamSun, too. That's tough.
It's ET in the Roshan pit, though. They're going to get here in time to contest it.
Now, it moves on in, looking for the stomp, going to connect, and Aegis on the ground. Needs to run in, getting MSX. He sneaks the Aegis away. Silence onto all of them. He's going down. Now Jubei starting to fall. They're going to have Earthshaker when he gets back up, but the taunt is there. A great stomp to buy enough time for everybody else to get out. What a freaking Aegis contest.
I don't know. I think black and yellow still come out on top. Yeah, they don't get the Aegis, but they just killed the 2 carries.
That's
and
fair.
Only lost an Oracle. And they lost the Aegis. It was one of those weird moments where MSS stealing the Aegis, you know, on paper you think you always want to steal the Aegis, but he didn't find a good blink echo. Because he blinked in to grab the Aegis, he put himself out of position to use any of his spells effectively. I think they needed to let Quinn snipe the Aegis. I don't know if he could have run it in to grab it, but getting the Aegis on Ember would have been perfect for Quincy crew. And then Shaker just needs to sit back and find the right Echo Slam. But in those moments, like if you're a Shaker, you're like, oh, I've got a free Aegis still, I'm going for it. But it probably wasn't the play to make in that exact situation.
I couldn't see, but it looked like Quinn was like getting ready and he had already used a remnant or something, or maybe there was some other issue that was going on. Something looked funky there. But BKB going to be used, forcing out. Oh, the root now comes right on time. Able to connect and kill Ryoya. That's huge. Oh, things are getting a little bit testy, and now Zero moves in, finds the kill onto Leslau, but he might be punished as well. They're moving in super deep. Stomp is not going to connect. They have the Ewels to keep him alive for the moment. The big jump in from everybody, and they kill Zero. 2 very substantial deaths. That's so much gold. And now they're thinking about going for more. Quinn doesn't have any more remnants left, though.
Backs off. We're going to see... I think black and yellow kind of, you know, learned a small lesson from that one. They can't get too excited yet about the position they're in. They have a massive gold lead. They probably can feel it. They know that, but Quincy crew still have a lot of answers. Their team fight, their lockdown and control with this Shaker ET is something that has to be respected.
Take us.
And it only gets stronger with more levels too. I mean, granted, you could say the same thing about Medusa. As YamSun is gonna run on in here, and well, they let.
Looks like LOA is gonna die top. Meanwhile, Flea sniped a room bottom, but he may pay for this with his life.
Chase down.
Chain stunned, Orchid.
Nice.
Yeah. He popped this Moonlight Shadow just to go try snipe some bounty runes. Kind of greedy play, I feel. Like, that's a pretty long cooldown, and I get they're not really making moves while two of their heroes were dead, but it does feel like, you know, Flea's going for this less team-oriented build, going for the Ag Scepter, and we're going to see him get very far in this game, but that's something that Quincy could try and take advantage of.
Right. Absolutely. Well, again, if you're Quincy crew right now, just trying to hold off as long as they can, delay this game. 16,000 gold lead. And I mean, that is still one good thing about the Aegis, even though they did lose those couple of carries, is that, you know, it means that high ground is not quite as easy for the black and yellow squad.
And we're seeing them now play more behind Medusa. Like, Void Spirit's positioning is, he wants to be near YamSun, since that is in some ways their strongest hero. Now online, level 20, so Medusa very much ready to fight, ready to get active.
Yep. Getting closer to that MKB as well. Just needs a couple hundred more gold and be there. While Leslau pushes out these side lanes, has a full Bloodthorn done. Interesting, with the butterfly being done on Dusa. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and Dusa, yeah, not going to have any items or ways to get rid of it herself. The Timbersaw can use the Lotus defensively, but a kind of cool item pickup.
Well, still the slow siege of the high ground. They're not going to come to defend these tier 2s, obviously. Not really that much value there.
Crazy Gabe.
Oh, perfect. Just what we wanted.
You've gone full alien mode. But we will see, yeah, no real way to stop this Medusa from just mowing down towers when the rest of black and yellow is sitting behind her. Oracle has the false promise. Looks like they're just going to give up these outer towers and play for the high ground defense. But I'd be surprised to see black and yellow force high ground. Like, they may just have to wait for next Roshan. So that's about 3.5 to 5 minutes away. But black and yellow probably going to show a lot of respect here.
Am I sounding a little bit more beautiful now?
Top tower has fallen.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something you can get fixed on your side, but sorry about that, Gabe. Oh, mid lane, they're gonna jump in. Quinn gonna get orchided up and just instantly brought down. Doesn't have the BKB yet, about 400 gold away from that. And that's kind of a big kill. Not like something they can turn into a high ground push. It doesn't look like right now. They're gonna just focus on shoving out these lanes, looking for another kill. YawaR bottom could be in trouble here. Has the BKB, may just have to BKB and TP out. Gets the BKB off, blinks his way out of there. And that's a 10-second BKB being forced by black and yellow, who are just making these nice, efficient moves around the side of the map. And black and yellow just cautiously keeping all these lanes pushed out, not trying to force any kind of a big high ground push just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You see a smoke from Quincy crew, not really amounting to a whole lot. And we can kind of see what a slightly desperate situation Quincy crew feel like they're in. YawaR, with just a Battlefield BKB, has a Divine Rapier queued up as his next big item. So feeling like, Quincy crew, we got to go all in. We need something big out of YawaR. We're getting out-farmed, out-scaled, so Rapier for YawaR is going to be the attempted answer from Quincy.
Oh, one more time again. Am I here? Oh my god.
You can try and fix it between games, or... But, apologies, as we'll try to get that one sorted out for you guys. This game kind of entering a bit of a slower pace now, as Quincy crew don't really have any ways to make easy plays around that. They're maybe going to consider using this Shaker to set a kill up top. Flea under the Astral Spirit. MSS looks for the Fisher, catches him mid-leap. but Flea playing under the protection of his ward. Actually going to go blinking in, catches MSS with the arrow into Starstorm and the Urn Charges. No blink out. He gets caught by the Observer Ward on the high ground. As to the north, YamSun threw out a Stone Gaze. He's looking for bigger fish to fry as Quincy Crew are surrounding YamSun. He no longer has the Stone Gaze. LOA's going to be careful. He considers throwing out the ultimate. He gets YamSun, but does absolutely no damage, and Leslau going to just BKB TP himself out of there. The numbers favoring Black and Yellow. They had backup. They bring down both Quincy Crew supports, and they're going to Moonlight Shadow and go fishing for some more. Just bounty runes, it looks like, being picked up, though. YamSun, spider legs on him. Very nice item for a Medusa to have. You get that extra item slot later on, theoretically at least. Also has the Elven Tunic in the backpack, so it can get that extra evasion for a team fight against the PA. PA, speaking of which, gonna get caught, forced to BKB once again. That's the 9-second BKB now being used. Every BKB from YawaR so far has been defensive, and now with BKB on cooldown, Black and Yellow play even more aggressive, but it does look like they're just gonna continue to stall this game, wait for Roshan. The earliest Roche respawn is now, and we're gonna find out that Roche will be coming back in 2 minutes' time. So, no signs of any kind of aggression from Quincy Crew. The one play they attempted to make top didn't really lead to a whole lot, so seems like they are content to just sit back once again, give the map up to Black and Yellow to build up an even bigger gold lead. It feels like one of those games we're going to see this, like, you know, 15k gold lead turn to 20k, to 25 to 30k, and Black and Yellow will be reliant on having an Aegis to break the high ground here. Medusa getting closer and closer to being that 6-slotted Medusa as well. Swift Blink queued up for some extra mobility. And Quincy Crew just trying to get whatever they can out of the map. Here we go, Black and Yellow, they smoke up. The arrow going to come in, going to catch Quinn on the outpost. He was standing still. He's stunned up for such a long time. He's going to get picked off. Did not see that arrow coming, unfortunately. And Black and Yellow are giving Quinn probably his worst game of the DPC. Quincy Crew yet to lose a game. They've killed Quinn 9 times. And they are going to press forward, it looks like, continue to scout this Roshan pit. They don't have any creep waves in any of the 3 lanes pushing out, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to turn this into a high ground push, but again, it's just about increasing that lead, getting YamSun his next big item. He still has room to grow. He's still holding onto that Quelling Blade to deal with Medusa, but sorry, to deal with the Nature's Prophet Sprout. And you got to imagine he's going to be considering upgrading that once he gets enough gold to go with this Swift Blink. As for Quincy, it seems like they're going to be all in on this YawaR Rapier to give them any chance to turn this game around. Still a bit of a ways to go, and that's the, I think, concern Quincy have is how far behind are they going to be by the time Rapier comes online. They're constantly split pushing lanes. Leslau in the bottom lane. Again, push out the lane, BKB TP out. That's the only thing we see Black and Yellow not really having an answer to is these BKB TPs. Curious to see if we see any kind of, like, niche Abyssal Blade pick up on someone like a Void Spirit or a Timbersaw. Does feel like having a BKB TP cancel could be very impactful for them, but even without one, it doesn't feel like they're in too much trouble here. PA buys a Deso, decides the Rapier's taking too long. Roche has respawned, and Quincy Crew going all in. They buy the Deso, they're going all in for perhaps what could be one last big fight here. YawaR saying, I can't get the Rapier, it's too far away. And they want to stop this Roche from happening. Treants moving out, scouting a lot of this. Nice fissure onto 2 heroes, but MSS just be caught in the backlines. Flea doing a great job fighting the Shaker. He gets the Urn Charge on him to stop the Blink Dagger. And without that Shaker follow-up, it just feels like they haven't got the control to deal with Black and Yellow. Void Spirit got very low, but managed to Astro Step his way out of there. Now Lelis on the backlines doesn't have a BKB to fight Flea. Flea going to pick him off with PA dead as well, and Quinn, he's going to die for a 10th time. It's 3 dead, and Quincy Crew may be just approaching GG territory here, and they're going to call it. Wow, the first loss of the NA DPC being dished out to Quincy Crew. It's going to force a game 3. Not an between Quincy Crew and Black and Yellow. That sets us up for